Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to the new session, a new season of Inspiria Industry Insiders. Today, we are honored to have amongst us a young, bright, energetic chartered accountant, CA Aditya Mitruka. CA Aditya Mitruka is an alumnus of Don Bosco Academy, Siliguri. He pursued his bachelor's in commerce from the renowned St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, and currently he is a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. CA Aditya is a second generation CA, and he is riding high on his success, and he has established his name in Siliguri as one of the most enterprising and inspiring chartered accountants. CA Aditya is also associated with various NGOs. He has also served as the president of Lions Club of India, Siliguri Tarai Orza, and he is a distinguished faculty and a speaker and a counselor and also a motivational speaker for the CA students who are pursuing and who are trying to make their career in the world of finance. We welcome you, sir, to our campus.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so sir, we had a brief introduction of yours. So now we would like our viewers to know that in the present scenario, how chartered accountancy, how pursuing chartered accountancy is really going to help, and why should a student take up chartered accountancy as a profession? So how is it going to be beneficial for him or her?
My thought process regarding the same is very simple. In your day-to-day life, before breathing oxygen, you kind of don't think, why do you breathe oxygen? So this course is something like a similar thing. It's an oxygen to all your business enterprises. Chartered accountancy is a course that basically derives the force from the accountancy, and accountancy is a part and parcel and the lifeline of any business. For people who don't want to pursue chartered accountancy as a career post qualifying chartered accountants, if you want to qualify chartered accountancy course and then pursue as a regular practicing CA as I am doing, there are multiple options before you that you can pursue. You can charter your path upon. You can be a consultant in taxation matters. Okay. You can be an auditor. The scope is innumerous and huge. These are the traditional fields, and every day there is an involvement of a new field that adds to our domain. Okay. Be it forensic auditing, be it a valuation certified person. So, as day in, day out, the economic regulations and the compliances are on a high. A chartered accountancy course and a chartered accountant becomes an indisposable part of the economic progress and the setup of the country.
Fine. So what are the traits that are required? So like suppose a young student wants to carve out his career as a chartered accountant. So what are the traits that are expected out of him? What should be his what should be the kind of the pedagogy that he needs to follow? So
if you ask me for traits, physical traits that will be left after the chartered accountancy profession, maybe you will be having a loss of hair and couple of dark circles below your eyes. So that is something that may be associated as a dark side of this profession. But then other than that, from the viewpoint, I'm very clear. As we charter on the path of our life, and I follow this theory. There is a famous surname in New Zealand, Dipper. So it has nothing to do with the theory, but then the acronyms kind of charter out the way you want to evolve out in your life. So it starts with D, and D stands for desire. So you desire for something, and then you aspire for something. And once you aspire for something, and you go on to perspire for that aspire.
Okay.
So it's a DAP till now, and once you perspire, you start inspiring to get something. Once you have inspired, you kind of build an empire upon it. And once you build your empire upon it, you kind of go ahead with it and rule the roast out there. And once you retire after building an empire, and after that you expire. So this is the simple Napier theory that applies to everywhere. It's kind of constant, and this is how every course or everything in life can be charted upon from a personal viewpoint.
That was quite insightful. That was quite insightful, and thank you, sir, that you enlightened us regarding this theory.
Yeah.
And we should be trying to inculcate in our own lives, and we should be trying to inspire our students also to take it up. Okay, so going forward, many students, they have apprehension. Many students, they have dreams of becoming chartered accountants. They might see their parents or their siblings or their friends. So many of them aspire to get those coveted letters, CA, XYZ. But it does take a toll, a lot of emotional toll, mental toll, physical toll. So as you correctly said, the entire course is being pillared upon the robust pillars of accountancy, auditing, and taxation. So there are a lot of misconception, apprehensions, I would rather say, that young students and bright minds they have in their minds. So what do you suggest? How can those apprehensions be done away with? So what should they do? How should they be molded and guided so that they can be encouraged towards taking up this one of the oldest professions and one of the most renowned, distinguished profession of chartered accountancy?
See, chartered accountancy course is doesn't sound as astounding as an astrophysics course, or maybe like something like fundamental sciences. So there are a couple of more courses that can be pronounced in a much more ominous way and can sound much more dangerous than this one. It's a very pretty simple one. So let's try to make our life simple and let's keep things simple. It's a very normal day in day out course, and it's the regular thing that you kind of go through in your economic circle of life. So any economic activity that you carry on, as I've said, it is an part and parcel of that economic activity. So your approach needs to be very simplified. Obviously, if you want to master upon something, it is an uphill task, and perseverance and sincerity is to be given into it, and that is true for any other thing. No course or maybe a subject mastery can be attained by not
without
putting efforts in it. So it is true for any other course.
Fine.
And other than that, let's not complex things in our mind. I mean, our mind is the most vulnerable thing that we can complex it with, thinking that it is such a daunting task and the pass percentages are not that high and things like that. So it's not really that is kind of attentively to be listened to. I mean, one needs to be focused towards their own goal, and each one has their part to be carved out and they can follow upon it.
Okay, that's true. Great, sir. So perseverance, resilience, these are some of the traits CA Aditya is prescribing for the young students, and I'm sure if they are really abiding by this, so they can taste success. Okay. So in Inspiria, we are having a course known as the BBA ATA, that is a BBA and hyper specialized in accountancy, taxation and auditing. In the initial semesters, we are focusing more on accountancy, taxation and auditing, but as the semester progresses, so we have tried to inculcate some more, esoteric areas of finance, like your corporate financial management, your strategic financial management, derivatives, international finance, then your risk management, insurance management, valuations of companies, mergers and acquisitions. So we have tried to make a complete package, a financial package out of this. So how do you think? I mean, do you think really that this endeavor of ours, of making this course particularly a bit different from a regular BCom course, is really going to serve our students, really going to cater to their needs, really going to help them in tackling with this assiduous task of completing with this CA program like this?
I'm aware about the course. I mean, the Inspiria started with. Firstly, I must congratulate the faculty and the management of Inspiria for taking up this course. I mean, it's a need of the hour. And secondly, I want to congratulate you for taking it up differently. Since you are kind of integrating it with the CA course, let me also make you aware that CA is a self-study course. The institute doesn't prescribe any as such any tuitions or something like that to be carried upon to pursue this course. It has its own study material, and apart from that, it's a self-study course. So it's an added advantage a student gets if they pursue an all-out course like a BBA accounting course as you have started with, and if it aligns with the CA curriculum without violating any of its guidelines, and if it the CA kind of complementarily go away with both of them, then it will be definitely beneficial for him, because you have very good faculty at your disposal that can help students who actually want to pursue CA course on a self-study mode. They can get guidance wherever they kind of get hiccuped up. And apart from CA, I mean, there's a lot of wide world of finance that you want to aspire to kind of cover in this course. So even touching upon these subjects is insightful, and no knowledge is less, and no knowledge is less helpful. So everything kind of sums up and builds up to forming a proper finance personality when they kind of clear out of
Actually, sir, let me tell you that this was the vision of our top management. Even what they envisaged about the entire thing is that the main idea behind formulating this BBA ATA was that in these 3 years, the student should be exposed not only towards the basic areas of accounting and taxation, but also to the nuanced areas of finance as well, so that by the time they are completing this course, they are gaining more on confidence, and they are really building up on this thing that, okay, now we are ready to take on this, there's some daunting subjects like courses like CA or some ICWA and something like that.
See, CA or not CA, I mean, a person with a lot of knowledge and skills is employable anywhere. So, at Inspiria, your goal is to make a person employable. That's what I read when I was coming through your mottos and the vision lines. So, for aiming that motto and that vision, it is important that the students hone up their skills with knowledge and practical skills.
Applications,
Right. So, application of knowledge is equally important. And then once a student does that, pursuing CA or not pursuing CA is again a personal decision to be carried forward with. But a course in itself is holistic in nature, and then a CA on top of that is always a cherry on the cake.
Yeah, cherry on the cake. That's true. Rightly described, it's a cherry on the cake. That's true. So one thing, I've come across a lot of students who find subjects of accountancy and taxation very daunting. Like taxation, they say that taxation derived its name from the word taxing, and it is very much, demanding a sort of a thing. So many sections, subsections we need to mug up, and applications and so much thing. So what is your prescription for that? How exactly should a novice student, a newcomer, how should he proceed? What should be his approach while tackling accountancy, auditing and taxation? What should be his or her approach?
See, each one has their own approach. I mean, you can't specify a path that everybody needs to follow upon. So each one needs to figure it out for themselves, that which one is a good path to follow, based on their principles, based on their practices and experiences. So my 2 cents on this is very simple, that nothing is daunting unless and until you create that monster in your head. So if you take it line by line, simply go it through, understanding the concepts or the laws and going behind it, making it all the more wonderful for you by knowing the legacy and the history behind this formulation of such policies. For giving you an example, in taxation, in direct taxation, in income tax, there is a provision of MAT, minimum alternative tax. So there is a very beautiful story behind why it was introduced by the government of India. Earlier it didn't exist. So why it has been brought into the books, I mean, it is a story for another discussion. But then when you go behind the scenes, make the subject interesting, make it informative, don't make it a burden upon you, don't make it syllable specific, don't study for the purpose of passing an examination. Study for the purpose of gaining the knowledge. That's it. I mean, you pass the examination, you don't pass the examination is a secondary thing. There are many people who have their clear concepts and are doing quite well in every field, not just in the world of finance. Just on the fact that they love the subject or the arena they are chartering, and they are clear about how things are going about. I mean, qualification is a degree that adds to your suffice. Obviously, it has a value and adds to your stature, but then it's not the end of the world. And my suggestion is for every subject, for any student, it is as simple as that. You know, you charter into the territory, go behind the fourth and the set about it, and just move around it, know about it, enjoy the thing, and if you start enjoying the thing, then nothing is difficult or daunting, as you say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, another insightful, what to say, prescription or advice by C. Aditya is that do not take up this course or do not pursue any subject just for the sake of passing the examination. Rather, we should take it up so as to attain knowledge about that. We should be voracious while studying with the books. So our main idea is to attain as much knowledge as we can. Thank you, sir. One thing more. Despite dedication, despite all the hard work, despite putting everything at stake, people falter. And even the CA course is not an exception to this. Rather, success stories are much less as compared to the, I won't say failure stories, but I would say something is going wrong, something is going out of hand suddenly. So what is your, advice to such, and what do you want to communicate to such students, such candidates? Should they take this failure deep down their heart, or should they just shrug it off and move forward? So what would you like to say?
See, life is in totality a very beautiful journey.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with, for that matter, any course at all. And CA course is no exception. You know, you pursue that course for the love of pursuing it. You end up pursuing it, getting a degree. I mean, it's your good luck. If you don't, you try again. And if you still can't go about it, you try again in some other thing in life. I mean, there's nothing like keeping it in your heart or having a grudge against the institute or something like that. So, nobody wants to make you a failure out of life, and not passing a course doesn't make you a failure in life. So there are many success stories based on the pyramid and the basement of failures. So every failure is a stepping stone to success, as they say.
Yes.
So maybe this one is progressing that way, and maybe God has some better plans, brighter plans for you. And my only thing is that, stay focused whenever you are pursuing the course.
Okay.
Please don't go out of focus just because of failures. Please, if you are in love with the course, if you are fond of the subjects that the course attempts at, you are kind of wanting to go through it, there is no reason that you will end up failing. It might take a tenure or two more, but then if you are focused, I've seen people with age of 36, 37, even 40 plus people who are actually pursuing CA course, and they have pursued CA course in spite of all odds against them, and with the perseverance that they wanted to be a CA.
Yes.
So if you are clear in your mind that you want to go about this in that fashion, then obviously there's nothing
reason that
holding
we
it.
should falter. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Once again, a beautiful, a gem from your mind, and in the form of an advice. And so, what more career options are we having today, apart from the CA course?
There are a lot of things. I mean, there are a lot of ancillary career options that you can ponder upon, something like a company secretary course or an ICWA, a cost accountant course that are aligned to the CA course, and many people kind of pursue it simultaneously as well, again subject to the bindings of each one of their institutes. There are a lot of many individual holistic diplomas and statutory courses as well of risk management, or maybe treasury management, or maybe a certified planner, a portfolio planner. So finance is a very, very huge domain, and in that domain, I mean, the sky is the limit. So it's an endless thing, and it's an endless discussion. And if you go on to Google on the courses of finances, I mean,
there's so many of them.
Yeah, more often than not, you'll end up slipping than getting to a definite answer. So it's about your choices, and then sticking to their choices, pursuing it religiously, and make sure that you're focused, you love the subjects you are pursuing, you love what you are doing, and in spite of that, if you fail, I mean, I would personally not give up. But then there are circumstances in life when you want to move on. Please feel free to move on without any grudges, and don't lose your heart. I mean, life is big, tall, and there are much more beautiful things to be done in life other than any of the courses, not just the CA course. So please treat it that way. And in spite of not getting through, say for example, the region where we are catering to is Siliguri, and it's a trading hub. So people out here, students out here, mostly they belong to the trading families, the business families. So in spite of if you have run past your CA exams, it doesn't make much change or alternate in your career if you still intend to follow your family business. Because once you have honed upon the skills, I mean, it makes much more easier for you to go about your business. So in this course helps in that way as well. You know, there are many people who have pursued CA and not been able to get that degree finally, and they are successful businessmen. They have CAs at their disposal who help them day in day out with their compliances, and they are well aware of the compliances, so it helps in that fashion. So there's no knowledge is kind of waste in life. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for enlightening our students, and I hope this is going to make a world of difference.
Yeah.
In the modern day world, everybody is striving. It's just a hint of motivation, a glimmer of hope that really takes us forward. Viewers, I hope this session was very insightful, and I am very much pretty sure that all the advice given by respected CA Aditya sir is going to help you a lot and takes you miles ahead in your career. All the best. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.